Europe has a new name murmured in scouting rooms and WhatsApp groups: Ian Subiabre. At 18, he's already forcing grown men to take notes, a River Plate winger whose recent first-team flashes combine speed with an almost patient touch, the kind of combination that makes scouts rub their hands. River Plate's academy, after all, has long been a conveyor belt of talent, and Subiabre's emergence feels less like a surprise and more like the next predictable event in a long lineage of Argentine exports. What has changed is how quickly Europe closes the door once it spots raw ability. Tonight that door seems to be slamming shut in two directions at once. Arsenal have been building around youth for seasons now, a deliberate blend of academy prospects and precise signings. Subiabre fits the mould scouts describe in whispered reports: explosive in transition, comfortable on the ball, and bravely inventive when faced with defenders. For Arsenal, the attraction is simple. A winger who can sprint the channels and also carry the ball between lines offers Arteta's team an injection of unpredictability and the luxury of time to develop him under a stable tactical plan. But Spain's giants are rarely outmaneuvered in the youth market, and Barcelona's scouting network has its own gravitational pull. To Barca, Subiabre represents a stylistic promise. A player who can learn possession patterns, who can be folded into a system that prizes first touch and positional intelligence. The Catalans imagine refining the very edges of his game, smoothing raw edges into the kind of player who doesn't just dazzle on the break, but dictates play through inches of space. So the story is simple and enormous at once, two contrasting projects, each trying to shape a teenager into a component of their future identity. That conflict turns a single transfer into an emblematic showdown for how Europe builds its next generation. The mechanics of the chase are as much psychological as financial. River Plate, proud of its production line, knows that keeping players too long risks stalling careers, selling too early risks looking like a farm. For the teenager himself, the choice is a tightrope: immediate prestige and pressure if he leaps to Barcelona, or potentially steadier assimilation and targeted development under Arsenal's recently proven youth pathway. Neither option is risk-free. Expect negotiations to be careful, with clubs courting not just the player but the narrative. Promises of minutes, tailored development plans, loan routes, and the soft power of a history that says we make stars. Scouts will compare clips, analysts will crunch movement maps, and agents will seek guarantees in clauses. All of that scaffolding sits around a central truth: Subabre's talent has earned him a ticket to Europe, and whoever secures it gains more than a wide player. They inherit potential marketing windows, future sell-on value, and a signal to other South American prospects about where to plant roots. If this becomes a full-blown bidding war, the consequences ripple beyond a single signature. Clubs will revise their scouting priorities, competitors will South American outreach, and academies will sharpen their retention strategy. The winner claims immediate reinforcement and long-term strategic leverage. The loser risks watching a talent bloom in rival colours and then be celebrated as their own missed chance. For Subiabre, the personal stakes are clearer: adaptation, culture change, and the pressure expectation. The spotlight can amplify a player's strengths, but can also expose gaps in experience and decision-making. Yet the most compelling part of this story is that at its heart, it's not about money or reputation alone. It's about footballing identity, the choices clubs make when asked to bet on raw promise versus refined readiness. So the clock ticks. Scouts update boards, club hierarchies debate timelines, and a young winger from Buenos Aires waits with the world leaning in. Will Ian Subiabre land in a team that polishes him into a tactical jewel, or in one that unleashes his instincts and rides his flair into a new era? The answer will tell us not just about one player, but about a shifting map in European recruitment, a map redrawn by who chooses wisely, who moves fastest, and who can sell a teenager the future they promise.